Whispers of cover-ups, missing recordings, and secret alliances are echoing through Hollywood's most exclusive circles. Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively,
night in 1976 between the bed sheets of Jim and Tammy Reynolds,
once celebrated as the ultimate power couple, find themselves in a rapidly spiraling storm of accusations, hidden audio leaks, and questionable legal battles.
Blake and my girls, you are quite literally, you're my heart, you're my hope, you're my happiness.
What's behind the sudden turmoil, and just how far will they go to keep their pristine image intact? Let's pull back the curtain and uncover the unsettling secrets shaking their once faultless reputation. What makes this unfolding drama even more intriguing is the level of secrecy surrounding each new revelation.
Or his country, Canada. Home is where his heart is.
Powerful insiders seem determined to control the story, and every time a clue surfaces, whether it's a leaked audio snippet or a mysterious petition, it only raises more questions. If you've ever wondered just how far a Hollywood A-lister will go to protect their brand, you might finally get a glimpse of those behind-the-scenes maneuvers here. Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively's public persona sparkled with witty social media jabs and charitable efforts, crafting the impression of a fairy tale union.
And to have a story that's like from a book.
Yet murmurs from movie sets and industry insiders hinted at a more orchestrated image than fans realized. Minor frictions, rumors of Lively's aloofness or Reynolds' temper when directors challenged him, seemed insignificant at first, overshadowed by their seemingly perfect partnership. Now, in light of new controversies, skeptics point to those whispers as early warning signs. Could their polished social media banter be part of a larger PR effort designed to distract from deeper rifts? As the latest revelations expose possible manipulations behind their once-ideal facade, observers can't help but wonder if the couple's sunny reputation was more fragile than anyone suspected. Still, some insiders who once worked closely with the couple maintain that the tension is overblown. They argue that the two do genuinely care about their art and the people around them, albeit with the occasional emotional outburst when the stakes are high.
If I didn't mention that it starts with my family and it ends with my family,
Whether these testimonies are an honest defense or further evidence of Hollywood's trademark spin depends on who you ask, but they do offer a glimpse into how multifaceted and at times contradictory high-profile images can become. The drama erupted when Ari Emanuel, a powerhouse agent and CEO of WME, appeared on the Freakonomics podcast, only for the episode to vanish mysteriously. Rumors claim Emanuel belittled co-star Justin Baldoni and confessed that Lively and Reynolds pushed for Baldoni's removal from representation. A small audio snippet leaked, suggesting there was far more to the interview than a simple technical glitch. To make matters stranger, rumors then swirled that Lively and Reynolds had enlisted former CIA experts for crisis management. While top-tier celebrities hiring aggressive PR teams is hardly shocking, employing ex-intelligence operatives felt over the top, even by Hollywood standards. For many, it was a signal that the couple might be battling scandals more serious than the usual gossip page dust-ups. Speculation also grew over whether Emanuel himself might have pressured the podcast to lose the footage, aiming to shield his influential clients. Some media analysts pointed out the historically tight-knit relationships between agents, studios, and media outlets, suggesting that a coordinated cover-up could be easier to orchestrate than the public might think. Either way, the sudden disappearance of a high-profile interview only served to amplify the scandal rather than quell it. Justin Baldoni, known for heartfelt performances and socially conscious projects, suddenly found himself labeled an antagonist in Lively and Reynolds' orbit. Reports surfaced of heated creative disputes on the set of It Ends With Us, hinting that friction boiled over into personal animosity. Not long after, an eyebrow-raising petition emerged online, calling for Baldoni's expulsion from SAG-AFTRA and the Producers Guild. Signed by a bogus Jeep, Baldoni's supporters argue this was a clear smear tactic, possibly orchestrated to tarnish his reputation. Meanwhile, defenders of Lively and Reynolds insist Baldoni might be spinning the situation to gain sympathy or deflect blame. With no definitive proof pointing one way or another, the petition itself remains an eerie testament to how quickly a Hollywood disagreement can morph into an all-out PR melee. Some fans attempted to trace the petition's digital footprint, hoping to uncover who might have launched it and tie it conclusively to one camp or the other. Intriguingly, the petition disappeared and reappeared multiple times on various platforms, sparking rumors of hacking or an insider trying to manipulate the evidence. This back and forth only heightened public fascination, as the petition's Vanishing Act perfectly mirrored the broader sense of hidden forces at play. As whispers about Baldoni's ordeal spread, internet sleuths dug up talk show footage where Ryan Reynolds joked questionably about intimate scenes. Fans who once found his humor endearing started seeing it as evidence of potential disregard for boundaries. In the same vein, Lively faced accusations of being frosty or dismissive to co-workers on set, stories that had lingered on the fringes of gossip sites, but now gained fresh traction. While some claims could be exaggerated, the sheer volume of them piqued public curiosity. Lively's stony demeanor and Reynolds' comedic bravado have always been part of their brand, but these older anecdotes cast both in a less flattering light. To many onlookers, it felt like the couple's carefully curated image was unraveling, one leaked rumor at a time. Complicating matters further, certain industry veterans stepped forward to defend the couple, insisting that any seemingly inappropriate behaviors were either misinterpreted jokes or standard Hollywood tensions. Yet, others chimed in with new allegations, describing brief but telling interactions that left them feeling dismissed or belittled. The conflicting testimonies only deepened the mystery, making it increasingly hard for outsiders to discern which version of the couple was real. Few indicators reveal public sentiment as starkly as social media metrics. Blake Lively's follower count dropped by the hundreds of thousands, prompting speculation about mass disillusionment among fans. Conversely, Justin Baldoni's social channels saw an uptick, fueling theories that the public sympathized with his perceived underdog status. Some argued that bots were behind these dramatic shifts, but data experts noted that automated accounts rarely unfollow people en masse and then follow someone else in droves. This pointed to a genuine wave of public dissatisfaction, despite Lively's supporters insisting on foul play. Watching those numbers swing so fast served as a high-profile reminder that online reputations can collapse far more quickly than they're built. Interestingly, a handful of self-identified former fans claimed they unfollowed Lively specifically due to disappointment in her handling of the controversy, rather than the initial rumors themselves. They cited her perceived silence and legal overreach as red flags, suggesting that the backlash might be less about the allegations alone and more about how the couple responded when doubts were raised. This shift in loyalty emphasizes the powerful role transparency plays in modern celebrity culture. Desperate to prove a smear campaign, Lively's lawyers demanded sweeping access to Baldoni's personal communications, spanning years of phone records and emails. The request was denied by a judge who found it excessive for a civil case. The rebuff dealt a significant blow to Lively's legal strategy, casting doubt on the strength of her claims. This courtroom loss heightened tensions between both camps. Baldoni's team celebrated it as proof that Lively was overreaching, while Lively's supporters maintained that such a trove of records might have unearthed critical evidence. From the outside, the dispute began to look like a tangle of personal grudges, legal maneuvering, and increasingly hostile PR battles, all with the potential to destroy reputations on both sides. Following the court's ruling, rumors abounded that Lively's team might attempt a narrower subpoena, targeting more specific date ranges or certain keywords. Legal analysts warned that if they fail again, it would weaken the lawsuit even further, potentially undermining Lively's position. Meanwhile, Baldoni's attorneys remained vigilant, suggesting they would vigorously fight any renewed attempts to rifle through his private data without compelling cause. Hollywood thrives on perception, and the ripple effects of scandal can be severe. Reynolds' status as a bankable star could be threatened if studios grow wary of negative press overshadowing his next blockbuster. Lively, who aspires to more creative control behind the camera, may find producers reluctant to take on the risk of drawn-out controversies. Meanwhile, Baldoni stands to either benefit from sympathy as a purportedly wronged collaborator or suffer from being labeled difficult. Industry players are watching closely, trying to gauge which way the public and box office fortunes are swinging. If there's one thing Hollywood hates, it's unpredictability. Right now, nobody seems entirely sure who will come out on top once the dust settles. Some insiders speculate that production schedules for Lively and Reynolds might quietly shift, giving the couple time to manage the fallout before returning to big-budget sets. Balancing the public's short attention span with the industry's long memory can be tricky, and some film executives might opt to wait and see before fully committing to either star. As a result, even if these controversies fade, the projects attached to their names could remain in limbo for months or longer. Beneath the Instagram-perfect smiles and charitable gestures lies a high-stakes world where power brokers and PR experts strategize every move. The rumor that Lively and Reynolds hired ex-CIA specialists underscores how much is at risk. reputations worth millions can collapse under even a whiff of scandal. For audiences, it's a reminder that the line between genuine authenticity and choreographed spectacle can be extremely thin. At the same time, attempts to hide or eradicate unflattering information, like a mysteriously missing podcast episode, often backfire, igniting more intense speculation. In modern Hollywood, every misstep becomes a digital breadcrumb that fans and critics can follow. Where it leads is anyone's guess, but the journey itself has proven far more revealing than the glossy narratives we're used to seeing on red carpets and social media feeds. Some media theorists argue that this saga reveals a broader shift in Hollywood power dynamics. Celebrities no longer hold the final say over their image, as collective online voices can dismantle carefully crafted reputations overnight. Even high-level agents or intelligence-trained PR pros can't fully control the wildfire spread of leaks and rumors. The result is a more volatile entertainment landscape, where celebrity truths are endlessly contested and always up for debate. The once picturesque story of Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively is now rife with controversy that could reshape their public identities. While they've managed to keep their star power intact for years, this barrage of leaked audio, social media upheavals, and legal defeats paints a murkier portrait than the one fans fell in love with. Meanwhile, Justin Baldoni's role, whether he's the villain in their tale or a casualty of their ambition, remains hotly debated. Will Lively and Reynolds bounce back through careful PR moves and a winning film lineup, or is their golden image permanently tarnished? Are we witnessing the rise of Baldoni as a sympathetic underdog, or will another twist alter his trajectory too? In an age of viral rumors and endless gossip, the definitive truth can be elusive. One thing's certain, this drama has opened a window into Hollywood's underbelly, reminding us that even the most charming façades can hide a maze of secrets, power plays, and startling revelations. Observers everywhere are bracing for the next development, be it a damning leaked document, a strategic public apology, or even an abrupt out-of-court settlement. Until then, the story stands as a potent case study on celebrity culture's fragility. With reputations, careers, and personal relationships in the balance, each new revelation could drastically alter the players' fates in this high-stakes Hollywood saga.